Hello everyone, this is Brittany with Redeemable Junk, and this is video number 6 of the Craft Along With Me series. The last video cut off right here, so that's where I'm going to start on this video, because it completely cut off, my phone died, and that was a big bummer. So, this is where we was, so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing stuff down. Right, I have here some cheesecloth, some seam binding, some vintage lace, and a vintage prescription. I'm so ready to be crafting. I know that. I've been at a wrestling meet all day long today, which I absolutely love going to them, but they make for very long days, if I'm going to be honest with y'all. I sit there for hours and hours and hours to watch my son maybe wrestle at the most 9 to 12 minutes. So they call for very long days, but I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And he loves it, and it was his first wrestling meet of the season, so he was super excited. He's not gotten to do a wrestling meet in 2 years, so it's about time to start adding some normalcy back to life. That's what you want to call it, I guess. I don't even know what we would call it. What is normal, you know? Okay. So I was going to put that right there on there. And this will be going on this page, by the way. So, and then we're going to go back to the previous page because I had an idea for it. And we're going to go ahead and get that done. And I think we should hang a rusted, I love hanging rusted clothespins off stuff. I just think it just adds to it. I love it. So, let's see. What it will look like hanging there. It's kind of cute. There we go. Okay, now we can get this glued down. I'm just going to put some glue, some art glitter glue on the back of it. Line it up and glue it down. You know what I was going to do? I'm going to stamp on that background. I think that would look better. I'm going to grab some stamps. Okay, I got my stamp. I got my ink pad. It's just an archival ink pad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it real good and inked up, and I'm going to stamp on there. And there we have it. You guys probably can't see it very well, but it's very light. I wish it was a little bit darker, but That's alright. I'm not going to fuss over it. So back to this page. My idea that I had was, we had this ugly piece that was on the inside. It wasn't ugly. It's a quite beautiful piece. But it just didn't match the decor. So last night I was in here playing around after my phone died. The glassine bag. And I thought that would be so pretty inside there. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to move this aside. And I'm going to start with the very bare bottom. So what I did was I got a coffee dyed glassine bag. I just got a piece of scrapbook paper. And I'm going to glue it down. I tore around it with my tear ruler. No, it's not straight on the bottom at all. There we go. I should have inked around those edges. I didn't. So we're going to improvise. And we're going to go around them just like that. There you have it. Then I got a piece of old sheet music or hymnal. I'm not sure. It's one of the two. And we're going to glue it down in the corner. I have a piece of antique lace that I'm going to put across the top. I have this photo of this little girl. I got some cheesecloth, and I got some sari silk. I'm going to glue my sari silk down. And then I'm going to glue my photo of my little girl with my cheesecloth over the sari silk. And it will be done. Voila. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to glue this to the inside. I fill this up and it just goes out so quickly. And then it takes forever. I need to really get one of those toppers off Amazon. Those silicone toppers so I can put it in a jar and keep it upside down. That would probably be the smart thing to do. Okay. We're going to glue this down because I know that I for sure want this here. And now we're going to glue this to the inside of here. I just thought it fit so perfect that it looked pretty. That needed to go there. And I decided I am going to keep that there. So we're going to glue it down, but what we're going to do is we're just going to glue both sides. And I kind of want to sew around this. I sort of do. I probably should have did that before I glued my glassine bag on. Yeah. I think I'm going to go sew around this and I'll be right back. Okay, I got that done. So let me cut the strings off. I already got glue sticking to me everywhere. And what's funny is I used white thread, so you can barely see. You can barely see it. I don't know why I felt the need to do that. You can barely see the threads, but I could have switched it out and used a different color, but I didn't. So I'm going to use this as an additional tuck spot. Instead of gluing this directly down, I'm going to glue it just on as like an L. So it's a tuck spot back behind it also. And hopefully it will hold down. That little part will hold down on that fabric. I think it will. Oops. Oh, it just came undone. I just pulled it up. Okay, give that a minute to hopefully dry. I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, so the next page that we would be at is this page, which is an old Bible page. And I thought it would be pretty to put a cloth pocket on there. And then just put some seam binding, some cheesecloth, or a piece of lace, some cheesecloth, and the word abide on it. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty and simple. And I'm just going to ink the edges up just a little bit on this to give it more of a antique look. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down first. Then we can start gluing this. My fingers are sticking to everything. I wonder if we should put it down lower. Let me see. Yeah, there's no reason to do that. You're not going to be able to see it when it's closed. We could put it up a little higher. Placement, placement, placement. I think right there is pretty. I really didn't even think about that. I wanted that to hang down, but you can't even really see it, so that's okay. We'll just glue it right there. I'm in the crafting mood, so we're going to be moving along super fast today. Hopefully. I say I'm feeling it, so hopefully we will. Okay, so now we're on the inside of the Bible page. Gonna make sure everything don't stick together. And I had an idea for this. Let me see if I can find. Here it is. I thought we could make 2 pockets and use this paper. The paper I wanted to use I don't have, which is a real bummer. I wanted to use this paper. Just super pretty, but that's being used for something else, so I guess we won't be doing that. So let's see about how high up we want to go. Probably about right there. I'm going to cut this. I'll be right back. Okay, I made a mistake, guys. I cut this piece just a little bit too short. See, here's the center. I cut it just a little bit too short. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of edge hang off. So that means I need to cut this one just a little bit more to fix that mistake. That's how we're going to fix that. Okay. And there we go. There'll just be some in the middle that you can see, and there'll be a little bit on the edge. So we're going to fix that. I want the top to be torn, so I need to find my chair ruler, which is right here. And speaking of which, my tear rulers, or my rulers, should be here any day next week. And as soon as I get them, I will start on working on them to make them into tear rulers for you guys. So I should have those for sale soon. So how's that look, guys? Do you guys like it? I think it's pretty. It don't look bad. I don't think it needs no decorations. We're just going to glue it on. We could sew on it, though. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go sew around it. I'll be right back. Usually I do brown thread in my vintage journals, but for some reason here lately I've been using white, and I really like it. I don't know. I don't know why. I guess maybe because it's not so noticeable. I kind of like it with it being noticeable, so I might go back to using browns. So let's get these glued down. I might have to use Fabri-Tac on that side because I got awful close to the edge, so it might not glue down. We're going to see. I'm going to come back here and make sure nothing's gluing together. Okay. So it's coming along, guys. So now we're onto this page. I got to decide if I want to do something with it or not. And I might just leave that, let me see, blank and add some lace to it. Well, I've got lace right here that I'm going to be adding. And lace probably right here. I was kind of wanting to put... We might put a cluster over here. Let's see what we've got, okay? Now, I found this heart doily type thing. I thought it might be cute. To back it with a little bit, or we could cut a heart out of that and put it in the center of that, but I just don't know if I feel like going through all that trouble to do that. Okay, I found some of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful antique fabric that I found. Okay, I've had this for a long time. It's so pretty, and I've really been wanting to use it. I just haven't known how, and I thought maybe we could cut some of that off, and then we could use the heart, and we could just put maybe a button in the middle of it. What do you guys think? I mean, it's pretty simple. There ain't a whole lot to it, but it's awful pretty. I think I'm going to do that, guys. I just hate to cut into this. I've been hoarding it. And I've been hoarding it and hoarding it and hoarding it because I don't have a lot of it. And it's antique and it is so beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. But what better page to go on than a Bible page? And you should feel it. It feels so silky. It's crazy how silky it feels. I want the piece I use it on to be perfect, and I just don't know if that's perfect. Maybe we could add a bell to it. No. A clothespin right there would be cute. I'm trying to think if it needs anything else. It's really quite pretty just like that, guys. Let me see what else I've got. Oh, if I had a little... Oh, I could add a little person to it. I could cut her out away from him. Oh, let's cut her out and see what it looks like. That might be pretty. I hate to cut her apart from her companion, the person she's supposed to be with. But let's see. What do you guys think? I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that. I think it takes away from the rawness, the realness of it. I think I like it just like that, and that's what we're going to do. So much prettier in person. Remember that, guys. Anything that you see, it's always going to be more prettier in person than what it is on camera. Always, always, always. I don't know why that is, but it's really hard for a camera to pick up the colors and just the beauty of something. It's just hard for it to do that. The clothespin I wanted right here. And I wanted it to lay up. There. That's pretty. I like it. It's getting a little bit more vintage, isn't it? It seems like the more I go on, the more vintage I get. I started off with soft colors of whites and pinks, and I love vintage. I just love it, love it, love it. And I really want to try to make a grungy vintage journal. I've never made one before, but I've been really wanting to make one. So I need to let that dry just for a sec before I turn the page, or it will glue together. I think that makes a good transition from that to that, that to that to that. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. And then over here, what I was planning on doing, I gotta think, is I think I'm just going to put a Bible verse across the top of this. So I'm going to grab my printed Bible verses. This is what it looks like. I made these myself, and then I just print them onto clear printer paper. So I think I might just do the live in the moment. It's on the very bottom, and it's right there. It's easy access. I don't have to cut around a bunch of stuff. And I've got to get this off without getting any glue on the sticker part because I got glue all over my fingers, which I know I will not succeed at. And to get it straight, it's just not going to happen. Look at that. You can't even tell it's a sticker, guys. Seriously. That's how awesome it is. I love those. And then over here, I was just going to do a cluster on the side of the page, but I think I'm going to do a cluster over here and do something else over there. Let's see how many more pages we've got to decorate. We've got that. Quite a few, actually. Let's see. Since I didn't decorate that, I feel like I really need to decorate that. We could put that there and then do a cluster over on that page. Because we can do lace. Actually, we can't do lace on that because that's folding out. I think I'm going to cut the fold out of that so I can put lace on that side. Might just leave that for writing and put lace down it and decorate this. That's something you've got to decide. So what do we want to do here? We could have used Mr. and Mrs., but we've cut them apart. I'm going to move this. He looks like he has no arm now. I'm going to have to use a different Tim Holtz person. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got her. We got her. I love her, but she's just way too big. But she's awful cute. Oh, she's a doll. I really like her. Have her sitting on the edge of the paper. She can be used to lift it up. So now we got to decorate it. We got to decide how we want to decorate it. So that's going to be, I got stuff everywhere, guys. Again, I literally just cleaned my craft room and now it's a mess again. It's crazy how messy it can get in such a short period of time. If you don't have a tear ruler, guys, you got to get one. They're amazing. I need something else back behind there as a whole. Let's see, maybe, I know we've used a bunch of them already, but maybe, I don't think so. No, it blends in too much together. I don't think I got anything lighter than that as far as, that might work. Let's see. Dropped her. Hold on. Okay, let's see what that would look like over here. Still a little bland. Needs something else. Needs a little bit of color of something. Let me look around. Okay, I was thinking maybe this paper. Let's cut a little bit out and see what it looks like. I'm just going to use my tear ruler. Nothing too spectacular. Just gonna cut it. I feel like this needs to come in at a little bit of an angle. Doesn't need to be so straight. Just missing something, I just don't know what. I think I know what it's missing. Maybe some cheesecloth is what it needs. A little bit of cheesecloth always makes everything a little bit prettier. So let's try that. Something for you to remember. If something looks bland and you can't figure it out, add a little bit of cheesecloth. It usually works. I don't think it's going to here, though. What if we use that for it? Let's see. That'll add a little bit more color. Since we already have Tim Holtz paper in here, we can go ahead and use some more. I think it would look okay and blend together well. So, again, I'm going to use my tear ruler. Try to move some of this stuff out of the way so it ain't so cluttered so you guys can see. It's really hard to do, though. Perfect. Now I really want to use this dictionary page, but I'm probably going to have to tear it on the side. What about that, guys? Let's see. That don't look bad. And then when we open it up, what should we do? Should I leave it so they can journal? We could put some lines back here. Let's do one step at a time. And should I put the cheesecloth behind her? Yeah, I'm going to put the cheesecloth behind her. Okay, so let's start by gluing this to this. I've got to be very, very, very careful with it, though, because it's very delicate paper. It's so old. But I absolutely love using old paper of all types. I mean, you can use them to collage and do all kinds of things and just make your journals absolutely amazing. I use them just to put in my journals and my signatures. I use them to collage with. Even if they have writing on them, you can use them. They're amazing to use. I love using ones that have old dates on them. and showing the old dates in the journals and being able to say, look, this is from the 1800s, you know. So awesome. So if you need papers, check out my Redeemable Junk Journals sales group on Facebook. I have tons of stuff throughout the week for sale on there. You have to be quick sometimes though, because my stuff usually sells pretty quick. I do have an Etsy shop, but most of my stuff I sell through my group because it don't ever make it to my Etsy shop, to be honest with you. So make sure to check it out. I'm sure there's a little bit of something for everyone. I have vintage prescriptions, vintage papers, ledger papers, checks, viewfinders, all kinds of stuff. Or not viewfinders, slides. I mean, all kinds of stuff. I sometimes sell lace, Valentine cards, bingo cards, all types of stuff. So now we've got to do something here. We can't just leave it plain. And we could just put a prescription in there, guys. And you know what we could do, maybe? Let's see if we can make an extra pocket there. But I like the look of the dictionary page behind it without the pocket. And so I don't usually add this type of stuff in my vintage journals. Just so you guys know, I keep my vintage journals very simple usually. And I do not add this type of stuff into it. This type of stuff right here. I usually keep them pretty simple. But I decided to switch it up. And we're going to use that. We're just going to add it to it. We're just going to go with the flow and see how this journal turns out. And you know, my best journals turn out whenever I just go with the flow and I don't think about it too much. And I try to just have fun making it. And then when I go back through it, it usually always all goes together really well, usually. I don't even know why I'm doing that. I don't even think it's making a difference. So let's see. I'm not going to glue that down quite yet. I'm going to come back to it here in a minute and see how I like it. It was meant for that page, right? Yeah, because we put that on that page.